So you want the man, as he meets you, he's already making an investment in you. If it's a guy you're interested in, what investment are you also making?
Oh, I make investment.
I like that.
I make investment. You're right, which I will explain. We are meeting the first time. I'm not the one that asked you out. I was chilling in my room or chilling wherever I was chilling. You came and you told me, I like you. Let's go out. Now I'm giving you my time. Time is money. You understand?
But am I not giving you my time?
No, but you're the one that wanted me. I didn't want you in the first place. I liked you, but I'm not the one that made the approach.
Oh, okay.
Nico. Hold on, let me just finish. I'm not the one that made the approach. You made the approach. The least you don't have to take me to the fanciest restaurant. It can be Starbucks, but the least you can do is pay for the first day, because I'm coming out of my even though my schedule is not busy. I'm taking my time, driving my gas, and then if it's even a romantic place, I have to do my hair. I have to look nice. I do my nails. All that costs money. You think if I was
that's a preference, you can go just.
No, women don't just go. That's what I'm trying to let you guys understand. Any little thing, even though it's just a club. Do you know how women prepare for clubs or just a little thing?
Men do that.
That's
not how we do it. We get our hair done. We get our nails done. A woman doesn't just wake up and say that I'm up. Oh, let's go out on a date. No, she goes to get her nails done. She does her hair. She might even go and buy a whole brand new outfit just to look nice for you. And you're going to tell me you're not going to pay for the first date? That's giving me broke behavior.
I really want to hear what you're saying. I don't know. I've been married for a long time, but this is my outlook.
You have the floor.
This is my outlook.
10 minutes, please.
Okay. So the way I saw dating, and it's kind of what Don alluded to, you see it as an investment. The moment a man pays for your food, he feels entitled to you. So for me, whenever I went on the first date, if I always had my money with me, because if I felt that it wasn't going the way I like you, I don't like him, I would say, you know what, let's just go 50-50 and let me go. Most guys will not accept that. And that's also a test for men, because if a man accepts that, you know, okay, he don't like you or whatever. But I usually use that as my way of, okay, so you don't have that leverage over me.
I just feel like for the most part, if a man decides to take me out, I don't. Doesn't mean that I can't offer to pay. I can't, but it can't be like on the first date, on the second date. Because the way we picture men, or the way I picture men, he's like your protector. He's supposed to provide for you. He's supposed to care for you.
But he's a stranger at the first date, though.
Bam!
I didn't ask for the date.
So what you went, though?
Yeah, I went. If you invite me for a meeting, I'm going to be there. Can I take care of myself? I will be able to take care of myself. But I expect you to host me.
I paid out my time.
Would you ever shoot your shot first? Would you ever shoot a shot at a man?
I would not. I would not.
I wish my black queens, more black queens would do that.
I don't do that.
So it just depends on how you're shooting your shot.
I'm the friend that when we go out, they're like,
I believe in. Yeah, I believe in, because I've seen the average of shooting shots, and for the most part, when it works, it's just lesser.
When it works,
so you see that not work?
When it works for a woman,
but it does work.
It works, but the man
but the ratio at which it doesn't work is higher. Do you get?
The thing is, you shoot your shot and then you let go. That doesn't mean you shoot your shot.
When men learn to shoot shots, they've been learning from, in Nigeria we call it primary school. They've been learning for years. They've studied women. They have learned how to approach you. So we just started learning. Women get to a certain level of adulthood and learn how to teach. No, 1 second. Women just started learning how to shoot shots just because of social media. They'll tell you, oh, shoot your shot is. But for the most part, if I tell you, women don't come like, hey, I like you. It's not the style. I can just have the conversation with you. Do you get? Yeah, but that's the thing. We have not learned to properly shoot our shots. So you cannot just walk up to a man.
Well, honestly, as a woman, men are not looked at like how we're looked at. They're not gawked at. So if you just come to a man like, I like the way you smell. What's your name? He's gonna be like, oh my God, she's talking to me. She likes me. And try it.
That's why most times women have still not learned how to shoot their shots. But do I believe it's okay to shoot the shots? It is okay, but in what manner are you shooting your shots?
That's true.
Do you get? You are not masculine character.
Yeah.
You cannot just walk up to first you're just going to throw him off. Because if it's really in his full masculinity, he's gonna be confused for a second.
Yeah, he'll be confused.
It's just too much energy for him. You're supposed to be soft. You're supposed to be like a flower.
And you can do it
Basking your
softly.
femininity.
Okay,
But why do you assume that's not feminine? You can do it in a soft manner.
Can I say,
like, hey, how you doing, man?
I'm not expecting to go that way. Yeah,
smile. That's it.
I just think that's like, it's just a lot.
The thing is, as women, we're not comfortable being forward.
If you engage him,
that's the thing.
If you engage him in a proper, maybe like intellectual conversation, it doesn't have to.
That's going to be confusing.
But
he might not think you like him if you engage him in an intellectual conversation.
Oh no, it's your body language.
No,
it's your body language.
Okay,
You
depends on the
get-
guy.
you know, it just you can shoot your shots with your whole. Why will I be smiling too much to somebody that I don't even like?
okay,
I'm just talking about somebody you like. We're talking about somebody you like.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
you're trying
saying.
to
So
shoot your
it's like if I'm shooting my shot to him,
and you're smiling.
I'm really
with
being
it.
nice.
Okay.
Okay, can I say something? Let me
Yeah.
piggyback off what you said, right? Yeah, women don't tend to shoot their shot because we are not comfortable with rejection.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right? Now, hold on, let me finish. Now, if a woman wants to shoot her shot, it's more like flirting. Like that's when those test trap comes in, right?
Yeah.
That's when the test trap comes
Yeah.
in. You can be like, okay, this guy that I like is going to view my story, or I can just create a story
I have a
for
friend who does that.
only that guy because I know
like-
girls that do it.
Is that
It's
a problem?
indirect.
Yeah. So like
The whole world
you
is gonna
might
see that.
no, you can make it that it's only that one person that's seeing it.
Does he know that? Men don't know
Yeah,
that.
he doesn't know that, but you know that, but he doesn't know that. Because
so indirect.
I'm telling you, because I've done it. Like when my guy was vexing me, like I removed everybody and put only him. And I was living the
Fire
best
down.
life
No,
so
but
that he could see it, but he didn't know that.
But he was your
He
man
didn't
at the
know.
time.
But that's your man. We're talking about shooting your
No,
shot.
I'm even shooting your shots for a crush.
Yeah.
Like if you have a crush, right?
Yeah.
You know Instagram stories, you can make it that there's only one person.
Close friends and
Yes,
all that.
close friends, only one person
True.
seeing it.
True.
I can do like the
Okay.
guy will just do
That's why
that
I'm
thing
on the
that
close
other people are
friends.
seeing it. No, other people are not seeing it. It's just for you, right?
Just
And you
kidding. Just kidding.
And it's
Did you
just
tell him that?
no. I
But how does he know? Does a
he don't need to know because I was trying to get him mad. So,
Okay, trying to get him mad.
Yeah.
Okay, not
Why not just talk to him?
Because it didn't work. It didn't work. And then if you talk to him sometimes, it's like,
No,
okay.
women communicate in the weirdest.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
if
they
you talk to
I
say?
can
him,
understand that. I can understand
and if you
that.
talk to him, it can like increase his ego. Like, this girl is dying for me. But if you do it that way, it's like, okay, you don't know. You're like, okay, you
But
get
why make life so complicated?
Let's remove relationship out of the picture. Very, very be careful. I'll make some assumption and some reality. In most society that most of us are from, a man goes to a bar, he doesn't know the girl, he buys her a drink. No question asked. Nothing. And that's it. A man gets a place. A man has a home. He pays the bills. The woman doesn't do anything. It's okay. Because he can sustain it. But in this society where we are, a man cannot sustain paying the bill alone. We need to understand that. Where we work, most of the time we understand that $1 means a lot to everybody. $1. The first time I've come into this country where I understand that if I ask you for $1, I am obligated to pay that $1 back. The first time you go out with your friends in college or so, everybody pays for their bill. Everyone, a boy, a girl. So when I invite you, my friends, for us to go eat, I'm telling you, come to pay your own bill. I want you to rationalize this. That is the system here. So, transitioning now to relationship. If you understand, I'm a father. If my daughter says a friend is going to take her out, I'm giving my daughter money. So, because I'm married now, and I'll tell you the truth is that when I took my wife out for the first time, the very first time, she offered to pay part of the bill or let's go Dutchies.
Did you accept?
Of course I wouldn't because I'm a Nigerian man.
But you
But
know that if you accepted, you should have seen it a different way.
however,
But is that
hold on. The fact
That wasn't the end of it.
the fact that she offered changed the mindset. 2 weeks or 3 days after that, she took me out on my birthday and this woman had like over $500 in her hand to spend on me. I didn't let her spend the money, but the fact that I saw cash made me realize that she is ready to balance with me.
Wait. Let me give you something.
Right.
Let's say you meet her. A week later, she says she wants to go to this fine dining rooftop restaurant. A plate is $500. Let's not say first.
Is that
date.
person a thief?
No,
It does
let's say
happen.
It happens.
$500.
Yes, it does happen.
Instagram world age, it happens.
Ha.
A girl told
Okay,
a
now
guy,
this is where
"Oh,
I miss you."
Cheesecake Factory.
I just want to
No,
be
$500.
realistic.
Yeah, be realistic.
I just want to be
No,
realistic.
be realistic.
500
I don't
is too
understand.
much. I just
Cheesecake
make
is
sure-
not cheap.
It's
The
not
girl
like,
said
it's not
no
like it's not
to
true.
eat.
Do you get? It's just.
Why did the girl say no to the Cheesecake Factory? She expects to be taken to Nobu.
Oh, she wanted to
Oh,
go
okay.
to Nobu instead of Cheesecake Factory.
I mean-
I'm just using Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah,
as an
she
example, but that
said
was
cheesecake is not McDonald's. I know of people that take their first date to McDonald's.
I can't do that.
No, but the thing is, what's wrong with cheesecake though?
There's nothing wrong with cheesecake.
Oh no, to you, to some, because when it was
Then that person doesn't
tweeted,
like
no,
you. That
when
person
it was
wanted you to
tweeted,
go to
a lot of girls
Yeah.
were like, they
That's
can't
true.
go to cheesecake.
That
Factory.
person doesn't like you. They want to use you to go
They just-
to this thing. Let me give you my story. I always date Nigerians, but there was a time I decided to give an African American guy a chance, right? And he told me to meet him up. Me, I'm thinking, I didn't really, in my mind, I was like, where would this guy take me to? Where would this guy take me to?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like maybe Olive Garden. I was like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
But we went to Starbucks, right? For real, we went to Starbucks. In my head, I was like, Starbucks.
What kind of African American was that?
More African. In my head, I was like, Starbucks.
What did he do for a living?
He worked for FedEx.
Oh.
So, and he had money. He was like in a managerial role in
Yeah,
FedEx.
yeah.
But in my head, I was like Starbucks.
But he's trying to get to know
yeah,
you.
but
Not
I
trying to
didn't
impress you.
Even though in my head, like I felt offended, I still went, and I still went. And even when I went there, he had already ordered my drink. He didn't even wait for.
Wait, he
Oh,
knew
yeah,
what
that's-
you.
See, the fact that you felt offended is an issue.
I felt offended.
It's what is wrong
because you know
with
what?
Dawn.
No, it's not an
Yeah.
issue.
No.
If
This
you
is
had
a
a
date.
daughter
Yeah.
and your daughter says she has a first date and the guy is taking her to
Starbucks. That's
Starbucks,
disrespectful.
Get out. There's nothing.
you will tell her not to
there's-
go.
there's- Like,
Let's be
Honestly,
sincere.
No.
Let's be sincere.
If you are trying
Let's be
to.
what's wrong with
sincere.
Starbucks?
For the guys, just assume it's your daughter.
Let's be sincere.
I am assuming it is my
Starbucks.
daughter,
So-
right?
How would you do it?
Okay, let me tell you something that happened to my son.
I prefer Starbucks.
Now, my wife didn't tell me. The first time my son he has a girlfriend, he's 16. My son, she made sure she bought a whole stuff that probably cost maybe up to $100. For the first time she was giving him, he was giving her something for Christmas. She had not said yes. My wife and my son planned some. My son didn't want it. This was my wife. They didn't tell me. My wife prepared something that was more than $50 to give to a girl that has not said yes to my son.
Wow.
Now, from a man's angle, it's wrong.
But your wife understood how
No,
girls think.
my son, me as a father, is wrong. But to my wife and my son, they did it. When I asked my son, do you know what he told me? He said it was his mother.
Really?
Oh yeah, you don't know that because men talk that you don't know. So my son told me
like,
it
I
was
think
his
I'm helping
mother.
somebody.
We listen.
I was
We don't judge.
I'm helping somebody.
This is as a man, we don't do that
wow.
because
Now, wow.
you will be judged. As a man, we judge a man. You spend all that money for a girl to say yes. Do you know what I told him while we're going? I said, make sure that you ask that girl out first before you give her that $50.
Okay.
So do you know why? Because he's going to go to college. When he goes to college and his friends ask him, who was the first, how did you do it? And he said, I spent like almost $100. And she said, no, that will kill him. I don't care where the man is taking my daughter to. Whether it's McDonald's, it's Cheesecake Factory, it's anywhere. You don't know where a man is or anybody is at the time. It could be place, it could be time, it could be decision.
Shouldn't be
There are many things.
Whoa, you shouldn't be dating.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be a test.
Oh, wait,
If you can,
excuse
yes.
me.
Wait, can I finish
No,
what I was saying?
okay.
Starbucks.
No.
How are you gonna talk to? How?
Yeah.
You say you want to get to
No.
know her.
No.
You know how loud Starbucks is.
You don't have to be Dangote.
Exactly.
But if you know that emotionally, financially, you're not in the right space of mind, dating should not be. You should be thinking of how to level up.
But why would a man
Does
actually?
that apply
You
to
should
girls
not.
too?
Yes, as a
Whoa.
woman too.
Yes, as a
you
woman.
shouldn't be thinking
But babe,
about dating when
honestly,
you're
when we were
broke.
dating,
Because
Right.
if
when I
the
gave
girl
you a
not
chance at
answers
first
you-
date, would you have taken me to Starbucks?
Maybe. Maybe.
Now why? What is
Maybe.
that train of thought? What is that
Maybe.
train of thought?
Do you know
Why?
why I say maybe? It could be why I say this. It could be the place, the time, and the time that I have to spend. If Starbucks is closest in proximity, and if I have to take you to a place that would take me maybe an hour, because when I met her for the first time, I was at work.
And we still want to
Hold
be
on, hold on, hold on.
I'll give you a
Hold
perfect
on.
example.
Hold on,
Because
I have something that is not far.
Beaches was close to me. But what if what was close to me was because sometimes proximity
I cannot
matters.
go with you to
But this
BJ
was pre-planned,
BJ is
right?
not bad.
No.
So after
There
that
is
guy took
something.
me out on a date, even at like to the Starbucks, and he didn't even let me order my drink. He ordered my drink.
I kind of like that, controlling.
Yeah, I don't like that. In my head, I'm already thinking.
A say she likes it. B say
So
no.
in my head, I'm already thinking
Ooh,
controlling.
tell me what to do.
As you said, she said controlling. In my head, I'm already thinking controlling. This one wants to
Controller.
curtail.
Because it's different.
This one
It's
wants to
different,
curtail
yeah.
his
It's just,
spending.
he's probably thinking
But-
she must be very hungry.
But
Now,
I
nobody
gave
can
him-
go wrong with
But
this one.
I still gave him a chance.
whatever
Yes.
you order.
I didn't just walk away.
Which is good.
I gave him a chance,
Uh-huh.
right? And we had a conversation because I'm a talker, right? And I remember we even stayed in the store to Starbucks closed. Like we even went outside to the car to continue the conversation.
I like that.
And we
you
were
guys
in the car
touching.
for hours.
Oh God.
So
something else
now,
happened.
even though I didn't like how it started, I didn't like how it started,
Yeah.
but I liked the date.
Okay.
Right? And I liked him as a person. But do you know why we did not date?
Why?
Because some of his ideologies,
On what?
like some
With
of
life in general? Or
yes,
like
it was
about
just
women, what is it?
it was just
But not the Starbucks.
I just feel like for a man to approach you, like he is summoned courage. If he really likes you,
Yeah.
that means if I'm going to take this girl out, I really have to
He
plan
had
it.
options.
He had
He's a
options,
FedEx
and he
man.
probably has time.
Yeah.
Do you get? So you can't just wake up. I'm not saying Starbucks is not a place or a thing. You know, you can't just wake up and. But Starbucks is a clean
Be
and
intentional.
decent environment. Because if you're going on a date for the first time, it could just be, I'm thinking we want to talk. Like, let me get to know you better. If it's the first time, but I would actually feel like you should be very intentional about me.
Thank you.
And you should think about, you know, this is something you really want. It's just like trying to get a job.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get a job, you can't just go in sweatpants to your office. So if you have to think of where to take me, it has to be somewhere decent. And
No, save
even
money.
within the size of your
Not
pocket,
money.
I'm not
It's not
asking
about
you.
money.
It's money.
No,
It's not about money.
No. I'm not
It's just
asking
your
you.
character.
I'm not asking
Let's
you.
forward.
I'm not asking you to break your bank, break or anything. Like I said, we need a decent, healthy environment. to
Starbucks
talk.
is decent.
I'm not expecting you to be like, let's meet up in the club, because clubs are expensive. Please. I'm not expecting you to say let's meet up. I'm just thinking be creative. Do you know that there are environments in, for example, I mean we live in California, yeah? There are environments in California where you do not have to spend a dime.
Yep.
And it's decent for me to have a conversation.
Let me learn.
And you're not so
For example,
if you really
give
want
example.
me, you will actually
You just
think
said on the beach.
you
picnic at the
you
park.
do not want to lose
There's
me,
a lot of free
because for you
parks
to
to go
even
hiking.
manage to get my attention to
Museum.
speak to you,
Thank you.
that means you better be creative with whatever it is that
Thank
you're
you.
coming
So
up
I can
with.
give you another
Do
attention.
you understand? I just feel like if you have to do something for the first time, you have to rise to the occasion. How are you presenting
Now you're talking
yourself?
about money.
Yeah.
What you
It's
just
like
said,
when
now
you
you're
go
talking
for
about money.
interviews,
Hold on.
how are you
If it's a
presenting
team-
yourself?
I support what
Do you understand?
Money.
Presentation matters.
Closing
The
points.
dating
Closing points.
Saying is that the man has to always do something that is required by the society, while the woman just have to show up.
I disagree with that.
Actually, I agree with
I
that.
disagree with that. Do you know why I disagree with that?
Why?
Because you're looking at it from the man's perspective, that because you have to spend money, right? But you neglect the fact that a woman has to spend money too.
For what?
Hold on. If let's say you invited me for a date now, if I came in my PJs looking raggedy, hair not done, maybe slub in my mouth, I just look a hot mess, you're gonna be turned off. Do you understand? But the reason why you are even approaching me in the first place is because maybe when you saw me, I was like, oh my god, this baby is fine. So when I'm meeting you, I have to like rise up to that standard that you met me that was looking fine, and that requires money.
Okay.
That requires nails, that requires hair, that requires dressing.
Okay.
As much as you don't want to, even makeup, we pay for all that stuff.
You're spending money to get ready for the day. Regardless, you might spend more than I am, but I'm also spending money to get ready for the day. But the society now expect that we're both trying to get to know each other, but I'm the one making most of the investment in that beginning stage.
I get where you're coming from, but you always
Culture
you're
different.
neglecting the fact that
Let's not look at
the
back home.
woman is not the one that approached you. She was
I'm
chilling on
confused
her
why
own.
this is
You
the whole
came
topic.
and you're selling this drink.
I
You're
know-
trying
I
to
don't-
get to
I
know
know what
her.
you're saying, but I'm gonna look good regardless. I'm going
No,
on a date or
I'm not saying I'm not gonna look
But
good.
the fact that you wanna go on a date with me and we'll go on a date as the man, kind of like what she said, you're the provider, you're the protector.
You gotta be intentional.
You have to lead with that, and
Okay.
you guys know
Let
if
me
you
tell
let
you
a woman
something,
pay
guys.
or you go Dutch, it's over. You
No,
guys know
period.
that.
Well,
So
no,
I don't know
we
why
don't
we're
know
dancing
that.
around that.
Okay,
is
now
so-
you know it.
Now
It's
you know.
now you know it's
Now you
done.
know.
It's done.
No.
Closing,
30 seconds.
closing remarks.
And I just feel like my closing remark is date according to date to your level, date your class, so that all this shenanigans doesn't happen.
Nicole,
Finish.
closing remark.
It's closed.
It's
We took the
called
time.
No, just
go on,
finish.
go on,
Just
go on.
close
Oh,
your
okay.
mouth.
Oh, okay.
Closing remark.
love conquers all.
That part,
Love
yay!
conquers all, and it's not about money.
It's not about money.
Closing remarks.
I just be intentional whatever you do.
That part too. I
Yeah.
support that. Be intentional. I support that.
Peace and
Yes,
love.
whole
Peace and
life.
love. Peace
Oh,
and
you're
love.
not giving the guys opportunity.
I know.
Oh yeah, he
I
said
mean,
it
peace and love.
so.
That's my closing remark.
No one of you.
What is that thing, you guys, the game you play?
I
We
listen.
listen. We
I
don't
judge.
judge.
My closing remark is I listen,
I don't
I don't
judge.
judge.
You judging.
Story for the gods, but
Story for
a
the
rich guy will date a broke girl, but a rich girl will never date a broke man.
I beg.
True. You don't lie. True.
That's
And
true.
that's
That's
what's
not true.
And that's what's wrong with our society.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
I
Don't
think
need.
that-
Oh God.
What
Land-
are we
landed
doing?
But in
beautiful.
most scenarios,
That's not true.
Don't
That's
be
not-
landed beautiful.
most women,
No,
most
but
women.
you're right. And the thing
You
is that
guys,
some
you need
things
to-
that you're saying, I'm
Because
supporting
attraction
you.
is
Thank
heavy
you
no.
for
That's an expensive
viewing.
no.
Thank you guys for coming to Chop Love,
We don't
Chop
have
Life.
time.
We will do this another time.
All right.
Yes.
I enjoy myself.